That's all good. Okay, so this morning I wanted to talk a little bit about, as Stephen said, faith versus fear. Well, for me, it's the same as faith over fear. I mean, so just let me get my notes and then we'll go away. Okay, okay, faith over fear is having your dreams bigger than your doubts, and your faith stronger than your fear. Now, choosing faith over fear. Matthew 8:2, verse 27. This is a perfect example of having faith over fear, and it says, "What sort of man is this, that even the wind and the sea obey him?" So here's this man, Jesus, whose faith is 100% and is able to command the ocean and the winds. Now, for us, this may seem like an impossible thing to be able to aspire to, you know, having that type of faith. But you know what? Out of that 100% of faith that Jesus had, Matthew 17:20 says, having faith as small as a mustard seed can move mountains or move situations that you have in your life. And so how amazing is that? Because even though we aspire to have that same faith to be able to deal with the things that we have happening in our lives, all we need is just that mustard seed to be able to move a mountain, or be able to take care of these big things or big issues or big challenges that we come across. So what is faith? I would just like to share a story on having faith over fear in my life, and it goes like this. I'd been employed for this transport company that I was in for 10 years. And that was just driving around in the yard, you know, not going outside the yard, but just staying inside the yard, putting trailers on and off the docks. And I did that for 10 years. 4 weeks ago, my job had changes. They had changes coming up, and what had happened was I, in my position, was no longer needed. And for me, that fear of having to change, because they said, "Look, Leo, you know, thank you for doing what you're doing, but we need you to go back out on the road because of the changes that we've made." And for me, that was a crippling fear, because it had been so long since I've been out on the road driving B-doubles, driving trucks in Sydney. So it got to the stage where it got so bad for me that I almost decided to give up my job, because the fear in me having to go out there and start driving again was so strong. And but you know what, the thing was is that I prayed to God, and then I decided to step out in faith. I decided to step out in faith and just go out there and start driving again. And the thing was is that when I did it, when I actually stepped out and didn't let fear take over and make me make the decision to finish work, I decided to step out in faith and go back out to work. And you know what? It only took a couple of days. It only took a couple of days, and all my driving skills about driving and previously all just come flooding back, you know, and everything was absolutely fine. So what I'm saying is that sometimes when we get into a position where we have to make these choices of stepping out in faith or giving into our fear, if we just step out in faith, we can be blessed, because I was blessed. Why? It's because I went from being inside a work yard where I only knew the people in the work yard to being out on the road where I was meeting all these other people, and to the stage where I was sharing this business now also to other people that were out there. And if I didn't do that, if I didn't take that step of faith, then these people that were out there would never have known the opportunity that I'd put forward to them. Okay, so I just want to talk a little bit about what is fear. You know, fear for me is one of the most powerful. Sorry about that. Let me go back. Oh, how do I get back? Sorry. Okay. Fear for me is one of the most powerful things that stop people from reaching the level of success that they truly deserve. I'm definitely not where I should be as far as in the business, and I know this, but you know what? Before this opportunity came along, I was probably 90% of a person who always gave into my fears. So I did not, I wasn't able to move forward in a lot of things in life. But since this opportunity has come along, it's taught me that I don't have to trust in the fear every time it comes along, or every time the situation comes along. Yeah, so but now, like, I have the tools to totally smash these fears that I have in my life and that I'm going through. And just on a note, just before I actually move along, you know what? If there's ever one thing that you can use, a tool that you can use in an everyday life, that you can use to help you, and that is this: when fear knocks, let faith answer. Yeah, you know, when fear knocks, let faith answer, because in our lives we're always going to come across these situations. In your life, you're always going to come across these situations where you're going to have to face fear, and by sending faith to answer it, by stepping out in faith, guess what? Things start happening for you, and it only will happen for you if you step out in faith, if you step out of your comfort zone. So in saying that, I just like to thank you for just listening in on this little slideshow that I've just put together. It's a funny story that talking about fear over faith. Well, this morning I had it all sorted out last night in all my notes, and I think I went to bed about, I don't know, 1 o'clock this morning, because it took me that long just to try and get my mind around how I was going to present this. But you know what? This morning, it kind of, in a way, didn't go the way it's supposed to be. But you know what? Because I've stepped out in faith, because I've decided, well, it doesn't matter, you know, whether this happens or that happens. Just by stepping out in faith, you know what? You can be blessed, because through this, I know I'm gonna grow, and I'm definitely going to be doing this again, you know, because I need to be able to learn how to step out in faith and learn how to move forward in my business. So without a further ado, I will hand it over to my amazing team, and they can share a little bit about this amazing topic that we are talking about this morning. So just let me stop sharing my screen. And then, yep, thank you again, everybody. I hope you got a little bit out of that. I definitely did. I've learned to step out in faith and do the uncomfortable thing, like, you know, like we all do. So thanks again. Over